Stormy the Thoroughbred is a really pleasant experience. This is a Disney film from 1954. It's directed by Larry Lansburgh, I apologise if I've mispronounced that, and it's written by Carolyn, Coggins and Jack Holt, and this is narrated by George Fenneman, who does a wonderful job of bringing Stormy's story to life. IMDb explains this beautifully, and I quote, "A scrawny young colt grows up to be a highly prized polo pony." It's very cute, and for me, quite educational. It plays out like a Winston Heibler and James Alger documentary or docudrama where we're following this particular animal, not necessarily in the wild in this case, but living out its life, doing what it does best. There are humans, of course, interacting with the horse in this one, and pretty much the entire thing is narrated. And ordinarily, that's not my kind of thing. I hate anything that relies on voiceover narration, but because it is presented like a documentary, like the James Alger documentaries, it does work really well. As long as you know that's what to expect, I think you'll find it to be really pleasant. The narration is so lovely to listen to. And as I said, for me at least, this is quite educational. We see these various clips as Stormy grows up and he trains to become this polo pony, and there's a lot of vocabulary in this. There are a lot of descriptions about what the horse is doing or what the training is about, and there's a lot of information there that I learned. I took it all with a pinch of salt, but certainly I think it's quite educational. Certainly very fascinating as well, with a lot of terminology. It's emotional at times. Generally it's quite light and informative, but there are a few moments that are maybe just a little bit more moving, just to give it a bit more of a balance. The footage itself is lovely, and I also imagine it was easier to get footage for this than a lot of the other docudramas, because they're about wild animals, and there's not a lot you can do with a wild animal except let it do its thing. Of course, here this is a horse that's being raised and trained, so I imagine it was a lot easier to get specific footage, and everything flows really well. Everything's edited together nicely. Stormy is beautiful. There's some really nice music as well, and as I said, the narration is really, really lovely to listen to. So I really enjoyed this. If you like films about horses, if you like Disney films about animals, Stormy the Thoroughbred is definitely worth watching. But if you're just looking for something to put on as background company that's really pleasant and really beautiful to look at, I'd say this is a pretty decent choice.